advise the west side of the government center. We have an officer shot. We also have a vehicle that was driving onto the sidewalk. They're both going to be on the west side of the government center. There's no description on the vehicle. First unit arrival advised. KSL 1944, unit 2H. Still being fired. Coming from inside the building. Active shooting coming from inside the building, 1945.
Oh, Luke, where did that go? Yo, come back!
What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be doing something that we've done before on the vlog. I believe it was like the third vlog ever. We did an active shooter training. But like I said, I'm gonna try to survive, and that should be your mindset too. Well, today we're doing the same thing. Right now, we're just outside of where this scenario is supposed to take place. It's gonna be a large scale scenario, kind of like the one that we did back in season 1, which I'm gonna link down below. Make sure you guys go check that out. And today, we're teamed up with Miami-Dade County Sheriff's Office, along with the City of Miami Fire Department. So it's us and them. Today we're addressing the topic of active shooter. Active shooter doesn't necessarily mean a subject with a gun. It can be a subject with a car that ran into a large crowd, a subject with a knife that stabbed multiple people. We just use the term active shooter so there's no confusion as to what is going on. If there's something that is serious happening, all we need to know is that there is a threat and that there's a lot of victims possibly in danger. My role today is I'm going to be playing a citizen that's actually in this scenario, and I am just gonna try to stay alive and maybe give you guys some tips and show you. I know we mentioned it before, what to do when there's an active shooter or an emergency situation. Give you guys a little insight on what to do if there is. Remember, run, hide, fight. We're gonna implement that today. So let's see what's going on.
Major! Check it out.
Hold on. Major, what's up?
What's going on?
How's everything? What's up, fellas?
Ready. We got Officer
Almonte.
New to the vlog?
Tremendo close-up.
First time vlogger?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Officer Cartagena, first time vlogger.
First time.
Officer Antello, first time too.
Officer Cardell, first time.
All right.
So this is one of our teams. They're on standby. They have no idea what they're going to be dispatched to. So what do we got here?
We have the helmet. This type of helmet.
Okay. And we're using sim rounds.
Yes, sir.
And your gun? Where's your gun at?
Right here, sir.
And that's the sim round gun? Okay. Sim round. All right.
So that's a blue gun, right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And
Only for training.
So this right here, you'll notice that it's got a throat guard. So if you get hit with a sim round, you can protect your throat area, your trachea. So what else you got? You got a safety groin protector. You don't have, they removed your taser. How about here? What do you got in here?
We have the sim round magazine.
The sim round, let's see. Let's have a look. All right. So check that out. Can you see that?
Yep.
These are pink tips. So make sure you put them in the right way.
Correct.
All right.
And then we have the gun.
The gun, which is the blue gun, which is the sim gun. I want to ask you guys, so you don't know what kind of scenario you're running into today?
We have no idea.
Okay, you have no idea. What's going through your mind right now?
Just getting dispatched to a call we don't know of yet. Getting in there and see what we got.
Okay.
All right.
Anything's possible. See what kind of description we get, see what perimeter we have set up, and see what injuries we have.
Make sure nobody's injured, seeing how many people are actually attacking anybody, and seeing if rescue's on standby.
And like they said, he just sums it up with the unknown, so he's just freaking us out.
All right.
That's
Okay, next question. What's the worst thing you think can happen today you get dispatched to right now? Worst call.
Going right here first. Bam.
Active shooter.
Active shooter.
Because we don't know exactly where they're gonna be shooting us from. They're nothing like that. It's the unknown.
Okay.
The surprise.
An active shooter, several people already shot, and the unknown of where he is right now.
Bam.
Multiple injuries, not knowing where our offenders at.
Any hostages, a hostage scenario, or an active shooter?
So it's important to know that this is not training. This is an exercise. They're not going to. These guys are supposed to know what to do, respond to the call, and then act accordingly. Correct, Major?
Yes. So they have no idea right now what the call they're gonna get. They may get a call with a stranded woman at a bus stop, or they may get something different. We don't know. So right now their mindset is we're just on standby, but they're thinking safety, of course.
Right. All right, the scenario's about to start. They're doing their final safety briefing, and then we're gonna head over to the actual location where it's gonna be started.
You're gonna come out of here, right through these gates. You're gonna make a left, right? All right, for starters, everybody's already lined up in order from 1 to 25, right? We've staggered everybody out, try to make it as realistic as possible. In reality, more than likely, you guys are right across the street, so the city would be arriving first on scene. That's why you're set up the way you are.
All right, guys, we're headed over to the scenario location. You see the highway's like right there. The location's right here. So it's about a block away. And the officers will be responding lights and sirens.
Good evening, how you doing? Good, sir. Outstanding. My name is Manny Malgore. I'm a sergeant with Miami-Dade Police Department, and I am the exercise coordinator for this exercise. First and foremost, I want to thank you all, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your participation in this exercise. It's extremely important, and I'll tell you why it's important for our officers, because it adds to the realism of what they're going to encounter, right? It's completely different if they come into this building with an empty building and just search for a bad guy with a gun, right? That makes no sense. Make it realistic, right? Make it dramatic. You're involved in this incident, right? Make it as realistic as possible for them. What we want to do is we want to raise that stress level, right? We want them to feel as much stress as possible and see how they're going to react under stress, all right? I'm sure everybody's already been issued an assignment. If not, I'm sure they'll do it shortly after we're done here. I'm not going to go into the safety aspect of it because Sergeant Linares from the Training Bureau is going to do that. But I assure you that if we follow the instructions of Lieutenant Hans and Sergeant Hernandez, everybody's going to leave here in the same way they came in, okay? And that is our end goal, all right? We just finished briefing the law enforcement briefing. Obviously, they're going to come in here amped up, right? They're going to be jacked up because, again, we're making this as realistic as possible, right? They know, they're aware that, there's going to be role players involved. They shouldn't do anything to you. They're going to go after the shooter, right? As they're trained to do, all right? So again, if you follow the role that Lieutenant Hans and Sergeant Hernandez tell you to do, everything's going to be fine, all right?
All right, guys, they're shooting outside. They're shooting outside. Let's find some cover. I hear the shots coming. They're coming from up top. We can't go back out that way because there's still a guy with a car over there. And shots are coming here, so our next opportunity, let's run out this way. All right, guys, we made it out safe. So, while the officers continue searching for any more threats, there's fire rescue along with other officers attending the victims out front of the scenario. So they're gonna be attending the victims that are outside, as well as bringing victims from the inside outside, so this way they can tend to their wounds. Let me show you what's going on out here.
All right, that's your tourniquet, all right? All right. So it's gonna stop the bleeding from going down your leg until we can get fire rescue over to get you, okay? All right. And there's also a shot in the chest. My blood pressure. I lost a lot of blood. Help! Help!
Second scenario is going to take place here in the office space. I don't know if you guys can check it out, but there's just nothing around us but cubicles and cubicles and cubicles. In this scenario, the same rules apply. Run, hide, fight. So for this scenario, let's just say there's shooters all over and we can't get to any exits. So what we're gonna do is hide. Second, I'm gonna arm myself as quick as possible, either with something sharp like scissors or something heavy like this tape dispenser that's weighted. So when I strike the offender or strike the active shooter, it's gonna give a little bit of that extra force and maybe stun him while I can try to disarm him. All right, guys, it's time to hide. Guys, this is a horrific situation to find yourself in. And there's only one rule when you get into a situation like this or find yourself in a situation like this. And that rule is to survive by any means necessary. So in this case, the scenario is over. What would you do if you find yourself making contact with a police officer that's entering the building? When officers are coming into a situation like this, they don't know who is who. So if they approach you, make sure you listen to their commands. Put your hands up, put your hands up. There's no time to argue with the officer at this point because they're trying to neutralize a threat and they don't know if you're a threat or not. So listen to their commands. They might tell you to lay down. They might tell you to put your hands behind your back. They might tell you to lift your shirt to make sure you do not have any weapons on you. So just listen to all commands. Don't question them. Now is not the time to question them. It might be uncomfortable, but it's for your own safety. So, like we said, this is a horrific situation. This happens to such a small percentage of the population, but guys, it's important to understand that this still happens. So it's important and behooves you to go learn first aid, seek some training in first aid, especially with bleeding or tourniquets. Get with your company that you work for, ask for some outside assistance to train you guys in first aid. I mean, training never hurt, right? All right, guys, that's another active shooter exercise under the belt. I hope you guys learned something from this. It's a very serious scenario that took place here today. Remember, run, hide, fight. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next vlog. We're out. Adios.